Welcome to the Postsecondary Data Partnership Spring 2020 Data Submission and Reporting Cycle webinar. I am your host, Geeti Ansari. By the end of this presentation, you will understand the data submission to reporting process, learn how to manage your file submissions. This includes how to review, reject, and certify submitted files, learn how to resubmit data, understand the data quality checks, and finally, review resources. The secure FTP account is used to upload your data and is a shared mailbox. If you would like to add people to the mailbox, please have them send a request to pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org. Please note all users added to the FTP account will receive notifications when a file is uploaded. The PDP application account is your login that you will use to manage your file submissions. To access your dashboards, you will log in using the same account. The analysis ready file will be delivered to you via secure FTP. If you are participating on multiple clearinghouse services, please make sure to use your PDP-specific FTP username to log in. This month, we will have several micro-tutorials available on the Clearinghouse Academy website that will walk you through how to access each of these websites. The Spring 2020 data submission begins on January 27, 2020. For this reporting cycle, we are collecting Fall 2019 term data. The effective date is set for March 13, 2020. This is the effective date for merging certified PDP data submissions with degree and enrollment data submitted up to that point by your institution for PDP Spring 2020 reports. Any degree and enrollment data submitted by your institution after March 13th will not be included in the PDP reporting, as it will still be processed with the March 13th effective date. The degree and enrollment data matching process and final data quality checks on the certified data set will begin after the effective date. Institutions that certified their PDP data submission by the effective date should expect the analysis ready file throughout the month of April on a first-come, first-served ruling basis. Institutions can submit PDP data after the effective date, which is March 13th, and receive reporting within 30 days from the latest certification date. Please note the additional data quality checks that are performed after the degree and enrollment data matching process can reveal data discrepancies that may require institutions to resubmit data to ensure the best quality outcomes. If your institution is required to resubmit data, then your institution's reporting will be available within 30 days from the latest certification date. Please also note that the optional financial aid file will not be a part of the certification process. If submitting the financial aid file, please notify NSC at pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org to let us know that you are done. What we need. For the cohort file, you want to include all students that enrolled at your institution for the first time in the fall 2019 term. For the course file, you want to include all students from previous and current cohorts that enrolled at your institution in the fall 2019 term. For the optional financial aid file, you may submit data up to the 2018 to 2019 academic year. As previously mentioned, please make sure you submit your institution's most recent enrollment and degree data through the other clearinghouse services. Here are some best practices. Please make sure to read the data submission guide carefully. The latest version is 1.6 and was published in September 2019. We encourage you to test out your FTP and application credentials early on. Please let us know if you have any trouble accessing these accounts. Finally, please add the following emails to your safe senders list. This will ensure that emails from these addresses will not end up in your spam or junk mail. Now it is time to prepare for submission. As you are developing your files, please make sure that you include your PDP-specific FTP username as a prerequisite to the file name. This will ensure that your file will be picked up by the clearinghouse. In this example, 123456 PDP is the PDP FTP username. Hometown Cohort Spring 2019 is the file name. Please make sure to specify the file type, term, and year for which you are submitting data for in the file name. Your file must be in CSV or text extension. Each file contains the following sections. The header record identifies the sending organization and the file type. The column header row is the second row of data in the file, and the column header labels are case sensitive. Please make sure that you follow this guideline carefully and check for spelling. The detail record is where all the student records are stored. And finally, the trailer record, which identifies where the data ends in your file. Here is the glossary for file structure. The rules for the file structure remain the same as before. As a reminder, the record type values, such as DCE01, DCE02, DCE03, CH1, D1, and T1 are special. They need to be the first field in the row, otherwise you will receive an invalid record type error. Please note, the character length for each field can only carry a maximum of 255 characters. If a field exceeds the maximum length, a database error will occur, and you will not receive an automated receipt email. Please note this error is different from the structural and field level validation errors. Now we will cover the cohort file layout. The record type field must always be populated with DCE01 to indicate that the file type is a cohort file. The cohort term begin date, and cohort term end date can be found in the data definition table in the submission guide. For the cohort term field, we want to know the term in which the student first came to your institution. You must enter fall, winter, spring, or summer values only. The cohort term begin date and cohort term end date fields must be in month, date, year format. Here we want to know your institution's overall term begin and end date. Here is a data definition table for the trailer record in the cohort file. The record type value must be T1. Here is a sample of the entire cohort data file. Now we will cover the course file layout. The header record in the course file is the same as the header record in the cohort file. The only difference is in the record type field. Here you must populate the field with DCE02 to indicate the file type as a course file. As a reminder, the cohort term field is a term in which the student first came to your institution. You will need to enter in fall, winter, spring, or summer values only. The term field is the term for which we are currently collecting in this submission window. Please also enter in fall, winter, spring, or summer values only. The course end date allows a future end date. Here is a data definition table for the trailer record. The record type must be T1. Here's a sample of the entire course data file. Now we will quickly cover the financial aid file. Please note that no changes were made to the file layout. As previously mentioned, if you are interested in submitting the optional financial aid file, please email us at pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org and simply let us know when you are done with your submission. Here is a data definition table for the header record layout. The record type value for the financial aid file must be DCE03. Now it is time to start submitting your files. To start the data upload, please go to the NSC homepage at studentclearinghouse.org. Then select FTP Login on the top right-hand corner of the screen. This is the FTP Login screen. You must log in using your PDP-specific FTP mailbox. Please note you may also access the secure FTP website by going to the URL link provided on the screen. There is an option to reset your password if needed. Simply click on the Request a Password Change. Once logged in, click on the Upload button to launch the Upload wizard. A pop-up window displays. You can add files by dragging and dropping from your computer into the window. Repeat as necessary to upload multiple files. Alternately, click Browse to select files using your OS Explorer. Within a few minutes of submitting your PDP files, you will receive an automated email from the clearinghouse indicating that your file was received. This email will not indicate a pass or fail. If you did not receive an email, please ensure the following. The emails were not sent to your junk mail, the correct service account number was provided in the header record, and your PDP FTP username was included in the file naming convention. The following email will tell you the status of the structural level validation. Please note that formatting errors will only be reported to you one at a time. This is because our system cannot continue reviewing files with formatting errors until it is corrected and resubmitted. Once the structural validation has passed, the system will then check for any field level errors. Unlike the structural validation, the system can uncover several field level errors, which will be listed in the error report log. Please note if your file was delivered to the clearinghouse, but you did not receive an email on the file status, or you are unable to view the error report log in the PDP application, your file may have a database error. This error is different from the structural and field level validation errors. If this occurs, please email us at pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org, and we will work with you to resolve the issue. Now it is time to log into the PDP application and review the status of your data submission. To manage file submissions, from the Clearinghouse website, you can go to the PDP application by clicking on Check Status of Submitted Files to the right, or you may bookmark the unique URL link to your browser, which will take you directly to the PDP application. This is the application login page. You will use your web ID and password to log in. Here is a landing page of the PDP application, also known as the File Submission Summary page. You will only be able to see your institution's files. We will have a quick refresher on the PDP application enhancements. The features highlighted will allow you to do the following. Review the metadata contained in each submission by clicking on the caret to the left of the submission number. Reject files that you do not want processed and included in your reports. View a more informative status of files by clicking on the Data Status drop-down box as the files progress through the PDP system, and the Review Data Quality button, which is used for informational purposes only in order to see the status of the various data quality checks. To view the error report log for structural or field level errors, click on the submission number as shown. This is an example of the error report log. To go back to the landing page, click on the Postsecondary Data Partnership link at the top. The first step in managing your file submissions is to carefully review and reject any files that you do not want processed. File rejection could occur for the following reasons. The data file is no longer valid and a replacement file was submitted. A data file was accidentally submitted more than once, or if the data file was a test file. Please remember that you can only reject files if the data status indicates that the data quality failed or if the file has passed. To reject a file, simply click on the Reject button. A message will appear on your screen to confirm your action. Once you reject a file, it cannot be undone. If you reject a file by mistake, simply resubmit the file. Once you click Yes, the data status of the file will change to Rejected. To start the data certification process, click on the Manage Submissions button. Notice that the search fields at the top are pre-populated. All the files will have a Passed data status. The Certify button should be used to indicate that your data submission is complete and you do not plan to submit any additional files in this submission window. As previously mentioned, you can expand the submissions to view the metadata within each file. The submission summary metadata table at the bottom provides a total count on the cohort metadata and the course metadata. The full range of cohort and course years in combination with the terms and total records is available for your review. Once you have verified the submitted data and you are confident that no additional data files are required, the certification can begin. Click on the Certify button. A message will appear on your screen to confirm the submission numbers listed. If the files meet your expectations, click Yes. The status of the files will change to Certified. Once the data is certified, the PDP application applies a series of data quality checks. These checks review the response rate of specific data elements, duplicate students and courses, as well as compare the most recently submitted data to historical data. To check the status of your files in the data quality stages, click on Review Data Quality. By default, the most recent submission window is populated and those results are displayed. You will have the ability to hone in on a specific submission number and review results of past submission windows as well. The data table on this page displays the executed data quality checks and whether they've passed or failed. Please note that quality checks have an allowed threshold and a submission will only fail if the percentage of errors exceeds said threshold. In the case of a failed data quality check, a PDP team member will review the data quality results and will reach out to you directly via email to determine if any action is required from you. Please submit your resubmissions along with the other required data for this window, then certify your files. Afterwards, email pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org to let us know that the certified data includes data that was previously submitted and reported on. Here are some of the Clearinghouse Academy resources. The screenshot on the left contains PDP course information. There are micro-tutorials available covering a range of topics, such as how to correct common file errors, how to reject and certify your dataset, and more. As previously mentioned, we will soon have micro-tutorials available on how to access the FTP, Tableau, and PDP application accounts. The Spring 2020 webinars will also be posted under the Course tab. The screenshot on the right contains additional resources found under the Materials tab. There are general FAQs, a user guide on how to utilize the features in the PDP application, and more. If you have any questions or if you need resources, please visit us online at studentclearinghouse.org/colleges/PDP or email us at pdpservice@studentclearinghouse.org. This concludes the PDP data submission webinar.